Hey, Dr. Sean Price here, clinical coordinator at Cairo Spa, and I'm doing a series of videos on to answer the question I get from patients. Doc, my lab values are showing normal. In parentheses here, whether you're on medication or not. Lab values are showing normal, but I still feel horrible. What's going on with me? I've shot two other videos. I talk about the way we analyze our labs. I've talked about the primary thyroid metabolic pathway and what we call underconversion and how that can affect thyroid metabolism. Today I want to talk about stress and how stress can affect thyroid metabolism. So your adrenal glands are basically your stress glands, and the way your body's designed is if you're walking in the woods and you see a bear, the bear charges you. All the blood leaves your digestive system, all the blood goes to the muscles, your hair stands up, your pupils dilate, and you get ready to either fight that bear or to run. It's called the fight or flight response. That's a safety mechanism in the body. The body uses that daily. If you have stress at work, if you have stress at home, if you have stress on the road, all these stressors trigger that same response. Now, what happens is the way it's supposed to work is your brain picks up on this threat. The hypothalamus, remember the hypothalamus is our environmental processing system. If you go back to the first video, I explained that pretty well. The hypothalamus will send a signal to the pituitary, and the pituitary will tell the adrenal glands, hey, we need to release norepinephrine, epinephrine, cortisol, adrenaline, all these different things. The body releases those hormones. When those hormone levels rise in the blood, it sends a signal back to the hypothalamus called a negative feedback signal, and that tells the hypothalamus, hey, we've got enough, you can stop production. So the hypothalamus stops production, and then your body burns it off. Whether you're running or you're fighting or you're doing whatever, your body burns this off and everything goes back to normal. That's why exercise is so good for stress, because you have a physical response to burn off those hormones. But here's the challenge. Let's say this is a stressful job. So you get up in the morning, you wake up immediately, and you have that sense of dread of, oh man, I gotta go to work. Stress response. Body increases cortisol. Cortisol goes back, tells the hypothalamus, hey, we can shut this down. Hypothalamus shuts it down. Then you get to work, and the stress begins, one thing right after the other, after the other. So the pituitary gland is sending the signal to cortisol. Cortisol, epinephrine, norepinephrine, adrenaline are all released. The hypothalamus picks up on it and says, hey, everything is safe. I can stop production, but then a new stressor comes. So the process happens again, and then another new stressor, and it keeps on happening, and eventually the hypothalamus says, yeah, I don't know what to do here. I don't know. So it just goes into constant stress mode. Now the problem with that is, number one, the hypothalamus controls the pituitary gland, which controls the thyroid gland. So that messes up the hypothalamic pituitary thyroid axis. That can mess up thyroid function. The other problem with it is, now you've got a constant stress feedback loop, which causes all kinds of problems, including hormone imbalances, which I'm going to go to in the next video. So basically, chronic stress will cause an inaccurate processing of this hypothalamic pituitary axis, and will start causing problems. So if you're under chronic stress, there's a strong chance that that's interfering with your thyroid metabolism. Okay, so in the next video we're going to go into hormones, and we're going to show how that's going to affect this and how blood sugar also works on this.